Hey guys, Luke here, and I'm here to talk about James Roberts moving from the Gold Coast Titans to the Brisbane Broncos. Now, I'm just going to give my thoughts on the transfer, just like I have with the other transfers that I've talked about. Go back and have a look at them. There is a playlist in the description below that you should be able to find. And yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about James Roberts. Now, obviously, this was his breakout year. Now, he's been playing first grade off and on for the last 3 or 4 years, it seems. I could be wrong there, but he did come into grade at Rabbitohs, I believe. Got sacked from there. Went to Penrith, got sacked from there, and then found himself up on the Gold Coast. Now, I remember when he did get sacked from Penrith, there were not a lot of clubs, but there were a few clubs sniffing around. Obviously, talent isn't the issue for James Roberts. We've seen he's had a really, really good year last year, and yeah, lots of teams, even though he'd been discipline-wise was very, very poor, teams were still willing to pick him up, and that says it all really about his ability. If they're just some sort of average sort of player, you can keep throw them aside. Nobody will care. But it's those players like James Roberts who have a lot of talent that teams would just same way Todd Carney keeps getting clubs. Teams can sort of try and look away from all their off-field dramas, and they just hope that we're going to be the club that's going to fix him up. And the Titans, to their credit, have kind of fixed him up. Now I know it's only been a year, bit over a year, probably like a year and a half since he's been at the Titans, and he pretty much, I'm sorry Titans fans, but he was their lone strike weapon. Now obviously you have the players like Mead and Kevin Gordon and Josh Hoffman this year. Like some of those guys can chime in, especially David Mead is really, really good. But in terms of like other teams, like I know in particular when the Bulldogs were playing the Titans, every time James Roberts got the ball, I was like, shut him down quickly. And literally every other player from the Titans, I didn't care. They were like almost laughing, they were almost a laughing stock. But James Roberts really he stood out in that Titans side. Now that could be a little bit of a problem when you go to the Broncos, because Broncos are so good, so consistent. They're expected to play well every week, whereas at the Titans, he looked good. Did he look good because he was playing with a bunch of shitters? Like, that's a genuine thing? Did he look way better than what he actually was because he was playing in such a shit side? Who knows? Like, their whole tactic was get it out to James Roberts and see what he can do. Now that he's going into the Broncos side, there's a lot of expectations on him. Obviously, he's the Dally M. Was he Dally M Centre of the Year? I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was the Dally M Centre of the Year. He's on a bigger contract. He's got the pressure of like don't stuff up again. The Blues, a Blues call up potentially. There's more pressure added to you. Make sure you have a good year. And also the general expectation from Broncos fans. He's going to be replacing Justin Hodges. That's huge shoes to fill. Interesting to see how he goes. Defense, I have a little bit of question marks over his defense. I've seen quite a few times he gets caught out in terms of coming in too late or too early or not taking the right man, that sort of stuff. He seems to get caught out a lot. Now, that could be a huge issue. Broncos are pretty good defensively. I'm not sure who's going to be the winger, but they'll have to get a pretty good understanding, and hopefully they can they get it all sorted for their sake. But for the rest of the sides in the NRL, you'd be hoping that they don't get it worked out, because if James Roberts is fit and firing, Broncos will be a huge threat. Like, I think James Roberts at his at his best, if we know he can be as good, if he's as good as what we know he can be, he will be better than what Justin Hodges offered for the last few years. Like, Justin Hodges was a good player, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but what he offered to the Broncos side was leadership mostly, and dummy half runs, and he was pretty good defensively, whereas James Roberts can be an absolute strike weapon, especially if he's on the side with Milford. Like, them linking up could be lethal. Like, the pace is just something you can't teach. It's something that you can't defend sometimes. It's just, if there's space, you got Milford, you got James Roberts. I mean, it could be, I don't know who else could be the wing. Maybe it's Oates. Maybe he will be a good partner for James Roberts, because he offers something that Roberts doesn't, and that's just genuine power. Like, Corey Oates is a big dude. Maybe Roberts can create the space, and then if that's not working, they can get it to Oates, and Oates can just power his way over the line. I don't know. But yeah, overall, do I think he's a good signing, James Roberts? I think he's a great signing. Question marks remain over the salary cap and how they can kind of afford him. Now, Broncos fans before years all go, oh, but we let go of Justin Hodges. Yeah, you let go of Justin Hodges, you let go of Dale Copley. Actually, that's another one, Dale Copley, I could talk about just briefly here. Dale Copley, kind of, I think, been screwed over by the Broncos. But I mean, when you get a player like James Roberts on the market, sometimes you just have to make the sacrifices. But yeah, the Broncos will use the argument of, oh, we let go of bloody Justin Hodges, and all I think is, do you think Justin Hodges was on like a gazillion? Like, how much money do you think Justin Hodges was on? He played State of Origin, which would have got a fair bit of money. Plus, he's older, and a lot of the older players start to sort of take lower offers, especially if they know like they're getting injured a lot and that sort of stuff. Plus, you've just re-signed Sam Thaiday, and you just re-signed Alex Glenn, and I'm sure there's other players you've re-signed, or you have plans to re-sign in the near future, so you need to leave some space for them. I'm just saying, there's a few things that I feel don't really add up, but I mean, the Broncos get away with it all the time, and I mean, they're not the only ones, so can't be too mad on them or anything. Just pointing out there, I mean, the same thing I said for, I think it was the Eels as well, so you're not alone out there, Broncos fans. But yeah, I'm getting off topic now. Basically, I've just talked about James Roberts. I think he's a good signing. I think he's a great signing, and he might be the signing that the Broncos needed. Just completes the side, really. Although Jack Reed might have been the one that they should have let go, kept Copley, but I suppose you can't have everybody. Anyways, that's where this video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at MrLuke on my Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye, guys.